Welcome to Thinking It Through with Tia. This series will be focused on helping you work through the barriers and the shadows of life that hold you back as you start to transition through your life. As you grow and you focus on new things in life, times can get very difficult. There may be a lot of things that you end up in a bit of a cycle about, and you want to see yourself come out of that cycle. So, I am putting together a series to help you work your way through the cycles, to help you get onto the other side, to help you find your higher self and be the best version of yourself that you desire to be. I'm grateful for everyone that's decided to join me along this journey. I pray that it will bring forth all the healing that it's intended to bring forth. So, with that in mind, let's talk about today. Today's topic is going to be on trust. You can look at trust in a lot of different ways. Trust could be the money that your family holds for you in a trust, which ultimately requires trust because you're trusting someone or holding someone reliable with or believing that they will remain true with whatever it is that you're putting into that trust. The same goes with trusting another person. When you are looking to trust another person, what are you willing to put into it? And why do you trust that person? Many times we may be faced with situations where we feel as though a person broke our trust. Before we go to the step or the cross that to say that someone has crossed our boundaries, perhaps we should stop and identify whether or not we trusted ourselves from the beginning. If there was any part of your situation where you knew in your heart or in your soul that maybe something wasn't right for you and you proceeded through with it, then you are dealing with a trust issue. But the trust is not with others, the trust is with you. So, what do you find that you have reliable within you? What do you rely on with you? Can you trust that you'll make the right decisions? Can you trust that you'll think before you act? Can you trust that all will be well in your life, regardless of which way it goes? Taking that step is the difference between moving forward and sitting still. Stepping into trust is going to be the best thing that you could ever do to help you move forward in your life. Sometimes we may say it's very difficult to trust, but I would ask you to consider a few things that you might not have thought about on a day-to-day basis. Do you trust that air is going into your lungs when you breathe, or do you sit and focus on it every day? Do you trust that your eyes will blink? Do you trust, even when you get into your car, if gas is in the car, if the car has been maintenance, that when you start your car, it will run? Those are things that you trust. You identify that there's a possibility that those things could go an opposite way, but you naturally trust that they will be because you've just decided that that's what you trust. Getting into the flow of life is exactly the same way. Your car might not start. You might sometimes struggle to breathe. But if we average it out to what you do on a basic day or a regular day, is more commonly that you breathe without thought, that you blink without thought, that you get into your car and you start it without thought. Because you've learned to trust those things. You trust those things because you've put something into it. So, what are you willing to put into you to help you trust yourself? A few examples of what that could look like could be trust that all is well. Believe for the better for yourself versus believing that every bad thing that could happen will happen. Trust that you're provided for. Trust that you will make the right decisions. you will know what is the right thing for you to do. It will unfold new layers of yourself as you learn to get to know and trust yourself. Being able to come and create this video today is really an example of trust. I know that in my heart, my desire is to help heal the world. I have been in leadership for a very long time, and it's something that I receive a lot from the people that I work with. They have learned to trust that I'm going to always be truthful with them, even if it may hurt their feelings, because they understand that sometimes in the midst of a hurt feeling, you find breakthrough and you find healing. Sometimes the things that you need to dig into are the things that are going to hurt when you put your eyes on them. When you start to dig into those things, they will hurt. They will make you sometimes want to give up. But I just encourage you to trust that the journey is worth it. Keep pushing through your journey and just know that along the way, there will be obstacles, there will be struggles, there will be times where you have to go with life, and life is going to ebb and flow. But remember to ebb and flow with life. Don't fight against everything that life gives you. Give your all to everything that life has given you. Be blessed. Wishing everyone a magnificent day. Thank you for joining.